Mr. Speaker, I will now turn to the individual sectoral performances: agriculture, fishing, and forestry. Mr. Speaker, the agriculture, forestry, and fishing sector is estimated to have grown by 11% in 2024. This performance is mainly attributed to increases in rice, other crops, and livestock, with similar increases in forestry and fishing. Growth in these subsectors more than offset the contraction recorded in sugar. Mr. Speaker, the sugar growing sector is estimated to have contracted by 21.8% in 2024, with the Guyana Sugar Corporation producing 47,103 metric tons in 2024. This reflects, sir, the impact of El Nino, compounded by labor shortages across the industry throughout the year. Mr. Speaker, for the rice growing sector, Mr. Speaker, for the rice growing sector, a strong expansion of 9.3% is estimated for 2024. The GRDB, Mr. Speaker, has reported rice production at a staggering 725,282 metric tons, compared with 653,706 tons last year. This performance can largely be attributed to better yields, which improved to 6.6 metric tons per hectare in 2024 from 6.3 the year before, with some producing regions having yields averaging above 7 metric tons per hectare. Mr. Speaker, the other crop subsector also recorded growth of 10.9% in 2024. Expansions were observed across major crop categories, and particularly significant growth was observed in the production of vegetables, fruits, root crops, bean and cereals, coconuts, and spices, largely on account of increased acreage. Notably, growth for corn and soya production is estimated at 154.8% and 129.2% respectively, supported by the investments being made in the subsector. Mr. Speaker, continuing on a strong positive note, the livestock industry is estimated to have expanded by 24.6% in 2024, with growth observed across all subcategories. Based on the latest available estimates, the production of poultry, pork, beef, eggs, and milk grew by 31, 35.3, 6.9, 7.6, and 6.4% respectively. The notable growth observed for poultry production can be attributed to a reduction in mortality rates following vaccination against the viral disease affecting chickens, the countrywide distribution of baby chicks, and the acceleration of GLDA's breeding program. The fishing industry recorded estimated growth of 1% in 2024, attributed to growth in both marine production and production in the aquaculture industry. Within marine production, shrimp expanded by an estimated 8.5%, outweighing the 2.2% contraction in fish production. While improvements were observed in artisanal and industrial finfish harvesting, production of red snapper contracted. At the same time, we continue to see the results of our interventions in aquaculture, and it is estimated that aquaculture production expanded by 13.7% in 2024, with growth of 19.1% in the production of brackish water shrimp. Mr. Speaker, the forestry sector is estimated to have grown by 4.6%. mainly driven by growth in logs, roundwood, and sawnwood production. Extractive industries. Mr. Speaker, the mining and quarrying sector is estimated to have grown by 55.9% in 2024. While growth in the sector continues to be driven largely by expansion in the oil and gas and support services sector, the overall expansion was also supported by very strong growth in the other subcategories, other mining and quarrying, bauxite mining, and gold. With an estimated production of 225.4 million, let me say that again, Mr. Speaker. With an estimated production of 225.4 million barrels of crude oil in 2024, the oil and gas sector expanded by 57.7% last year. Growth in the sector was driven primarily by the ramp-up in production on the Prosperity FPSO, Guyana's third FPSO, which started producing oil in November 2023. In 2024, the Stabroek Block on average produced crude oil at a rate of 616,000 barrels of oil per day, with the Liza Destiny producing an average of 149,000 barrels of oil per day, Liza Unity producing 231,000, and Prosperity producing 236,000 barrels of oil per day. Mr. Speaker, despite facing tremendous challenges in the first half of 2024, the gold mining industry turned around to record a growth of 0.5% last year. Total gold declarations amounted to 434,067 ounces in 2024. Declarations from the single largest operator at Aurora grew by 32.2% to 144,593 ounces, and the Guyana Gold Board's purchases grew by 53.7% to 134,213 ounces, offsetting the decline in declarations from licensed dealerships. Mr. Speaker, reflective of this People's Progressive Party civic government's supportive policies and increased investment in the sector, the bauxite mining sector grew by 48.4% in 2024. Latest data reflects, Mr. Speaker, 1.7 million metric tons of bauxite production, up from 523,742 metric tons produced in 2023. With the operationalization of the MAZ project in Region 10, output from the producer there grew by 384.5% to 1.5 million metric tons. However, Mr. Speaker, with operational challenges faced for most of 2024, the other operator in Bonasika fell from 207,321 tons to 173,970 tons last year. And they are poised, as my colleague Minister Barrett points out, they are poised, Mr. Speaker, for a strong bounce back in 2025. Mr. Speaker, the other mining subsector, comprising sand, stone, diamonds, and manganese, is estimated to have grown by 50.5% in 2024. Stone declarations and sand extraction are estimated to have grown by 80.4% and 48.5% respectively, driven, as we all know, sir, by demand from construction activity in both the public and private sectors. These increases more than offset the declines of 17% and 7.2% observed for diamond declarations and manganese production, respectively. Manufacturing. Mr. Speaker, the manufacturing sector is estimated to have expanded by 13.5% in 2024, with growth recorded in other manufacturing and rice manufacturing. Other manufacturing and rice manufacturing are estimated to have expanded by 15.7% and 13.9% respectively, while sugar manufacturing is estimated to have contracted by 21.8%. Within other manufacturing, growth was driven primarily by an expansion in the production of non-metallic products and fabricated metal products. The estimated growth in these subcategories was recorded at 19.9% and 20.6% respectively. Electricity and water supply and sewerage. Mr. Speaker, the electricity and water supply sectors are estimated to have expanded by 18.5% and 2.2% respectively in 2024. The rapid expansion in industrial, commercial, and residential demand for electricity was accommodated by the arrival of the first power ship in the second quarter of last year. This power ship, in addition to the second ship that arrived in the final quarter, will help meet the growing demand until the completion of the gas-to-energy project. Expansion in water supply is attributed to the operationalization of 12 new wells in 2024. Construction. Mr. Speaker, the construction sector is estimated to have grown by 30.8% in 2024. Alongside the massive public investment in infrastructural development nationwide, significant private investments are also being made in real estate projects comprising both private dwellings and commercial properties as well as industrial construction. Services. Mr. Speaker, it is estimated that the services sector expanded by 7.5% in 2024, with growth recorded across all service industries. This performance was primarily supported by growth in admin and support services, financial and insurance activities, wholesale and retail, trade and repairs, real estate activities, and professional, scientific, and technical services. These industries grew by 9.3, 13.3, 7.1, 3.3, and 31.5%